Hey, welcome to the Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop. I'm Skip, and today in the shop are the parts of a Matchbox truck camper. The truck camper debuted back in 1999. This is a 2000 version with a blue windshield. It is pretty play worn, as you can see, but it has all the parts we got there. And it's really neat. It's kind of neat. As you look at the inside of the camper, you can see it's got the. Let's see if we can do that here. You know, you can see the stove and the sink that's there for the camper. This is interesting here on the base, too. You should look at it. It's really kind of neat. It's different because the way the wheels are held in there, they're not held in there with the little prongs or anything. So, anyways, we got that there. And this is going to be for the Horsemen February 2024 Mardi Gras build. So let's get this car in the stripper and start the build. Well, I have my little camper truck ready to go into the stripper. It shouldn't take too much to strip this paint off because there isn't a whole lot left in there. I'm getting kind of low on my citrus strip. So you get it in there and and then I usually put it in a tray and leave it. Let the stripper take it away. Let's move on. So once the casting is taken out of the stripper and I get it all cleaned up and washed off, then I use only Scotch-Brite wheels in my Dremel tool, and then just on a kind of a lower setting, just begin to go over it, just to sand it, kind of to prep the metal for the paint and what I'm going to do for it. You can see right there. Just take your time, just go over it, and you'll sand down really nice, and you'll get a good shine that'll come up, and it'll just prep the car for either the primer or the flits. I wonder if anyone else has ever encountered this. If you look real close here, and you can see it's different than normal pins holding the axles in. This is a truck camper, Matchbox truck camper, and I actually had to use a knife, and I had to cut on both sides of the axles to get it out because, as you can see, it's you can't just pop them out. It doesn't have the normal prongs or anything like you normally see at the bottom of a Matchbox casting or whatever. It's definitely something totally different than anything I've ever seen. Hey, if any of you have ever seen this, put a note in the comments, especially if you have an idea. If you had a better idea of getting it out, that would be great. I'd love to hear that too. Thanks. Okay, well, I've picked out the wheels that I'm going to be using on my little camper truck. And as you may recall, there was a piece of plastic over the top of the other ones. So what I did after I get the wheels set the way I wanted them, I then took some super glue gel. I put a couple dabs there, and then I used some of the Instaset in there, just a couple drops, and just to harden it up. And so let's see if we can put the car together and make sure it's still a roller. All right, well, I've got my camper truck all primed and ready. Also, I've got just test fitting these Samad wheels that I have. They're 12 millimeter Samad 5 spokes, just to make sure that everything still moves and it's going to fit okay before I get into paint. Because always the best thing is make sure your base and your tires are going to work before you start taking the car into paint. Let's move on. Okay, we have our windshield for our Mardi Gras build. It's cleaned up pretty good, but we're going to give it a dip in the Pledge Revive. It just fits in there, you know. And then just take a paper towel, get along the edges, wick away any of the excess, and then what I'm going to do, I have this little tray I like to set it on something like with the tape and the plastic, because that way, usually when it comes up, when it's dried, any excess that has still dried off doesn't stick to the plastic where it might stick to a paper towel or something. And then you want to cover it. Just cover it. I got a little cover here. You can just, like I say, just all it is just turn it over a little container just to keep the dust out of it. So let's move on. Okay, well, here we are. We have all the pieces ready for our Four Horsemen February 2024 Mardi Gras build. I really thought Mardi Gras meant a trip, going to New Orleans or whatever. What a great way is to take it in a camper. So I got this Matchbox camper truck. We did the Mardi Gras decals, painted it the three colors, the purple, the gold, and the green for the colors for Mardi Gras, and then we coated it over with a nice coat, a couple of nice coats of the Diecast Graveyards 2K Clear. Cleaned up the windshield a little bit, dumped it in the Pledge Revive, painted the door to the camper, did a little detail, painted up the inside, the interior. You may remember how that was, and chromed up in the sink and the stove areas and stuff like that. Even though you probably won't see it, just glad to do it. Got some nice Samad wheels on the front of the on the base, I should say, of the truck, and I think it's going to really look good. So let's get it put together and see what we've got. And here's my Matchbox camper truck, all complete for the Four Horsemen February Mardi Gras build. I took that old Matchbox camper casting, gave it new life. It's painted in purple, yellow, and lime green for the Mardi Gras colors, and I also applied 2 coats of Diecast Graveyards 2K Clear. I made the decals up with my inkjet printer and clear coat on some clear decal paper. I then painted the base and the interior. This was a really fun build, and I hope you'll check out all the rest of the Four Horsemen Mardi Gras builds and look for the recap video later next month. On behalf of Paul at Diecast Graveyard, Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs, Tom at Spork Syndicate, and myself, Skip, at Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop, I want to invite you to join us for next month's St. Patrick's theme build. Don't forget to send a glamour shot to 4horsemendiecast at gmail.com on the last day of the month to be included in the monthly recap video. Every build you participate in takes you one step closer to earning horseshoes. 6 builds will give you a bronze, 12 will give you a silver, 24 will get you a gold. So join in on the fun. And as always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.